I've always had kyphosis. Kyphosis is like a half baseball on your neck. It's something that's been passed down from my grandmother and my mother. When I came out, I can't feel that bump anymore. I was very used to pressing that bump because it hurt. It used to hurt a lot. So for the first time in many years, I actually touched on my bone, on my spine. I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize this. What is this?
And as an acupuncturist that worked in that field for decades, helping people with all kinds of disc herniations and back pain and neck pain and jaw pain and every other kind of pain, that's an extraordinary story. That's pretty close to a miracle.
Yeah, absolutely. And being as overweight as I was at the time, 50 pounds more, I did not feel my cervical, my spine. I was so used to feeling that lump. That was my reality. That's something that I would go to press every time after a hard day. And when I felt that pain during the meditation and I touched it after the meditation was over, I had to go have people touch it, check it. I wanted to make sure that I am not imagining it. We are such doubtful creatures that for the longest time I doubted, was I making that up in my head? When your pain leaves your body, we're so quick to forget miracles because we're so programmed to narrow focus and focus on problems. I was so not thankful in that moment. I had to come home. I had to show it to my mother. I had to show it to my sister. And my husband at the time, who was my greatest critic, he's like, yeah, I don't feel that anymore.
Wow.
So it was amazing. And with that, that was such an amazing thing. I'd kind of forgotten about my deal. And I also came to find out that, hey, the problem that was astronomical, because we were doing SBA lending and SBA rules, they're just guidelines. You don't follow them, you don't get the loan. Somehow something happened to where we were able to go against those rules, and we I don't know, just there was a way to get it done. And someone said, just send me this and we'll figure it out. And we still got the loan done. And that was a big jaw-dropping moment.
Amazing story.
It solved itself and I was able to make very good money just without trying to figure out a way to fix it.
Just turn it over to the universe.
Yeah.
Field. So for our listeners that aren't familiar, a lot of them are, but the energy centers are well known throughout the body, along the spine, starting with number 1 at the bottom and working their way up. Number 4 is the heart chakra, or energy center, as Joe would say. And that's when you really started to feel peace. And then continuing on up, you had this massive pain going down your arm, which was alarming to you at the time, wasn't it?
That's exactly right. That's absolutely.
And you just kept surrendering, because what else was there to do in that situation? So you just trusted, let go, and boom, wow, what an outcome. Really miraculous.
Yeah.
And I guess to this day, you still have a nice, proper posture. You're not having to reach back to massage at the end of every day.
No. On the contrary, I was at a point that was a problem. My thyroid was a big problem. I was tired all.
Well, we're gonna get to that, because when you posted the original testimonial, which by itself is utterly amazing, you got feedback that your throat was enlarged.
Yeah.
You should go get that checked, and you, lo and behold, did have a bunch of symptoms. I know you're not a big fan of Western medicine, and I'm not either. I love Western medicine diagnostics, but if you can fix a problem in a holistic, sensible, safe way, I'm all for that. So tell us your story going to the doctor and discovering what was going on with your thyroid.
Yeah, so I got my thyroid tests done. My blood tests came out bad. My TSH were completely out of whack. And we got to a point where I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism with Hashimoto's. And I had developed when we got the ultrasound done, it was about 13 nodules on the neck. And one of my nodules was very protruding, very large, 33 centimeters that they reported.
Wow.
I was told by the endocrinologist who studied the ultrasound that the nodules don't reverse. I need to go ahead and remove my thyroid, and I'll be on medication for the rest of my life. And that's the way to handle it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't accept that. And I realized that if I fixed one thing, there are people fixing so many things through Dr. Joe's work. I have dominion over it. And over time doing Dr. Joe's work, again, we don't heal ourselves. We heal our thoughts and our traumas. It's healing the doubt. Every day I would do my meditation and I'd get up and look in the mirror to see if they're gone. And as Dr. Joe says, if you're looking for it, you're separate from it.
Wow, great advice.
I had to get to a point where I no longer look for my healing. But as the time progressed, I still have that profession, but for somehow I have handle over things that stressed me out before, that I had fear. I no longer have attachment to fear, especially today as I talk to you. I don't remember who I was before. It's kind of hard to go back and remember things and tell my story. I have no attachment to that person. I feel like a different person, and I don't know. I no longer have opinions or fixed positions on anything because I don't know who I will be tomorrow.
Wow.
So I really have dominion over change. I understand what it feels like to be always constantly being the unknown. Especially I saw my greatest change starting last year, June of 2021, when I had attended Cancun. We always do healing meditations where we're sending divine love and energy. We're raising our frequency to send love to another, for them to allow their healing to take place. I've done that before. I've not felt much. Something happened in June workshop where I've never felt energy, electrical energy flowing from my toes up to my spine, up to my head and back down. It was so profound and powerful. I was called to do healings for others. And I feel that the more I participate in doing healings and giving healings for others, I have received multiple folds. So I have been continuing to do that and continue to see progress. In fact, I've gone back to my endocrinologist when I decided that I'm not going to remove my thyroid. On the contrary, I was having a lot of hair fall at the time. I was losing bunches of hair in the shower. Nails were brittle. My skin had become blotchy. There were a lot of things going on because those were all side effects of a thyroid that is non-functioning. I'm very happy to report that I have gotten my blood work done. My thyroid has stabilized. I've lost since then, since my last time, my diagnosis, I've lost 50 pounds.
Beautiful.
I have no attachment. I used to have a lot of attachment and pull towards sugar. I've lost taste for sugar.
Fantastic.
So I love fruits. I'll eat fruits every now and then, but I'm not attached to sugar as I used to be.
And what about your energy levels?
I have to avoid drinking coffee or sodas or something at 2 p.m. so I can sleep at night. I'm always jittery. I used to take an hour in between work when I had my symptoms at their peak. I remember taking lots of breaks at work or closing my eyes and taking a nap. And now I have to avoid, and I have to drink a lot of coffee and a lot of tea.
So you were exhausted all the time previously?
All the time. And now I have to work out. I have to go for long walks. I have to avoid caffeine so I can sleep, because otherwise I'll be jittery and bouncing off the walls.
What did your endocrinologist say, if anything? Because it is, I've I've been in this field a long time, and it's kind of shocking how many people can go in having done the impossible, and it's almost like they just go off the radar.
So my endocrinologist told me when I took my updated results and I had updated ultrasound done where the nodules have shrunk. So we went from 13 nodules to 9 nodules. Everything is benign. All of it is benign, nothing malignant, and they keep shrinking. So the largest one that was 33 centimeters has shrunk down to 12 centimeters, and they keep shrinking.
Beautiful.
And I don't have the last conversation that I had, she goes, well, I still want to stand firm on my diagnoses of hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's. You still have that. You're under an illusion. In Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism, your hair fall out, your skin's blotchy, your nails get brittle. And as she's saying those things, she's looking at my hair, she's looking at my nails. I don't ever color my nails. They grow, my skin is always, everything she's saying, she goes, you're gonna be tired all the time. And I have a smile on my face because every symptoms of hypothyroidism, I don't have symptoms. I have 0 symptoms of the diagnoses that I'm getting from the doctor. And of course, while I'm smiling, I was told, well, you can do whatever you want. Good luck. We'll see what happens. If you do not take this seriously and you do not take medication, you're going to die. That's my last diagnosis, and I haven't gone back.